Alright, what's going on? Got the hat on today. Hopefully getting a haircut tomorrow. So, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, I got, good news and bad news about my training. But before that, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And, leave a like on the video. That helps out quite a bit. It's nice to see likes on the video. But, let's get into the training. So, good news. My legs have been getting a lot stronger. One of my weaknesses I've noticed over the last, few strength phases is that my quads were a little bit weak. And obviously that's not good for knee health in general, and just in general you want to have, your body strong in all areas. So, now my quads are feeling a lot stronger from these Olympic lifts, so that's very useful. Two things to sort of showcase that is that now I have a 140 kilo front squat PR, which is pretty nice. Front squats I haven't done too much, but that's pretty nice. Front squat PR was unscheduled, a little bit messed up programming, but that's life. And then also for back squat, a high bar, I did a 170 kilo high bar A to G squat. Again, that's pretty nice. I was pretty happy about it for like the entire day. I was just like, man, that's pretty cool. And that was again unscheduled. Probably should stop with the unscheduled PRs, but I felt like squats and like the front squats were a little bit too easy, so I wanted to push them and see like what my limits were, just to like help trend my programming to be a little more intense. And like my back squat PR for high bar was 162.5, and the form there I didn't like too much. Like my core like my butt winked a bit too much, and like my core was not tight enough. Here, like my core stayed tight and it felt somewhat explosive, so I feel like I can do more given time. And also another thing is my snatches, they're feeling pretty good. Like, depends on the day. If like my volume's been a little much and the intensity's been a little much, then I do try and do snatches, the next day. My muscles don't fire in the right order, it's just a whole mess. And for some reason, it's just like, if things don't go right with a snatch, it just falls apart real quick. It's pretty funny. But when snatches are going well, they go well. Like I'm snatching weight which I used to really quite struggle with like a month or two ago. So that's pretty nice. I'm able to now like get into a full snatch now a lot more often. Before, my problem was, in order to snatch heavy weight, I'd have to power it. So I'd catch it with my butt above my knees, and now I'm able to more or less catch a lot more of my snatches in a full depth position, which I'm pretty happy about. My cleans, they've been going fine, nothing really special about them going. They've just been slowly increasing them. The control feels a little better, and they don't quite hurt as much. My body recovers well from them, so that's fun. I'm also learning how to split jerk as well. Before I was thinking about just doing power jerks, but I just decided I'd learn how to split jerk, just get the most weight up, get a good training stimulus from it. And so that's sort of been my November, I guess it would be. Yeah, so my November was focused on front squats, back squats, snatch, clean, and jerk. And now December, we're taking out the front squat. I'm still having my coach program for me. So we're taking out front squats to sort of like see how that affects my clean catch position. Something I've noticed that when I front squat in a different position than when I catch in a clean. So we're sort of seeing how that affects my cleans and how I do that. And another thing we've thrown in is some every minute on the minute snatches, cleans, and jerks. So I do like one snatch a minute for 16 minutes, which is a little exhausting, but it actually like feels pretty good. It was something I was thinking of adding to my programming later on. I was like sort of a conditioning for anaerobic alactic system. So it turns out I quite like it. It's quite fun, and it actually allows me to focus a lot more on the technique, because there's not a lot of distraction. You kind of finish your rep, you rest, and you make sure you have to recover to do it again on the minute again. So that I quite enjoy. Now, some of the bad news. my cardio. In my last video I said I was going to try and do cardio twice a week. Did not happen. It was pretty hard to do that. The volume and the intensity in the Olympic lifts and with the squatting just kind of got to a point where I really needed those rest days, otherwise I just felt pretty terrible in general. So I decided it was better in the meantime just to focus on the Olympic lifts and not like kill my body, because the Olympic lifts right now are a little bit more important, because once I can learn those skills and be able to do them efficiently, that's something that's going to be extremely useful for training over the next 4 years pretty much. So right now Olympic lifts a little more important. But yeah, conditioning, I'm going to have to get into that. December, I think I'm still just going to focus on the Olympic lifts. There's a little bit of conditioning now with that 16, with that every minute on the minute at least to some extent. I'll try and keep up with the conditioning. I've kept up with the grip work every 2 to 3 times a week at least. So I'm happy with that. I've been doing with the grippers. With my 200-pound gripper, I can do about 20 reps now. So hopefully I'm going to try and get more and more reps on that and eventually try and close the 250-pound gripper. That would be pretty great. And for the end of the year, I'm hoping to get a 140 kilo clean, but I'll sort of wait until after I'm not dead set on that. I'd rather just wait and see how things go, because in January I'm waiting to see what the IJF releases the competition schedule. So if there's kind of competitions coming up in February and March, I'll have to really start changing my schedule in January to like a lot more cardio to sort of get ready for the competitions. So that's what the future holds, is I have to wait until January to see what sort of training I'm going to be doing, and obviously seeing what the restrictions are like and stuff. So for this month, focus more on the Olympic lifts again, and then possibly do a couple more weeks of Olympic lifts, and we'll see how it goes. And sort of for the programming, I'll stick with the coach for now, and depending on whether I need to stick to more judo stuff. I've been blessed to have a friend to send me about 12 different textbooks on strength and conditioning, so I'll be reading those and using those to be able to like form a little smarter version of a conjugate system for judo, which would be pretty nice to be able to like learn the program fully myself. I have programs and stuff, but conjugate is a little more complex because there's so many little factors you have to take into account. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and of course I'll see you in the next video.